Hey guys, what's up? Samuel Leeds here, and on this video I'm interviewing Paul and Ann Waters. And Paul and Ann last year did 31 property deals, and their last two deals have been basically no money down, buying, refurbishing, refinancing, putting out pretty much all of their money. They're very good friends of mine, so please welcome to the show Paul and Ann Waters.
Hello.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
How's it going, guys?
It's going great, thanks.
Great to have you in my home.
It's lovely beer.
Yes.
And
Thank you for
also,
inviting us.
you spoke yesterday at the Property Investor Circle.
Yes, we did.
And did most of the speaking,
And
unfortunately.
Anne, how did you feel before speaking?
Oh my goodness, when we opened the door and it was just full of people, there's about 54 people there, and I just thought, oh my God, I was so nervous.
Yeah. Your mouth was dry.
My mouth was dry.
You're thinking, I'm out my comfort zone. But
Yeah.
the thing is, here's the thing. This is the difference between you guys and most people. Successful people feel the fear and do it anyway.
Yeah.
Because you went and spoke.
Yeah.
And how did you feel afterwards?
Yeah, really good, yeah.
You smashed it, and I've
Yeah.
had so many good responses
Yes.
from that.
Yeah, when people came up afterwards and said well done, and they really enjoyed it, and that was brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So, why don't you give us, Paul, perhaps give us a bit of background. How did we meet? What were you doing? And what was life like when we first met?
We met at our local PIN meeting. We're from Eastbourne, East Sussex, and you travelled all the way down there, I believe, on the day that you were supposed to move house.
Yeah. And I was ill.
Yeah, and you was poorly. You turned up all the way down, drove down to Eastbourne. That's when we first met you that evening. From there, we went on to get your book. From there, we went to your crash course, deal finding, and Zero.
Signed up
As a partnership, and as they say, the rest is history, really.
So that was what, like just over a year ago?
It was just over a year. It was a year ago in February.
A year ago in February.
That we first met you, yes.
That we very first met.
Yeah.
And what were you doing when we first met? You were working long hours as a floorer.
Yes. Yeah.
Self-employed.
Self-employed.
Potential back problems on the way. Thinking, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to do this until I'm 70 and then retire on what?
Exactly.
And I mean, what were you doing at the time, Anne? Assisting Paul.
Yeah, doing the books,
Yeah.
accounting, yeah.
Okay. Now, moving on, maybe 18 months, you're in property. You still are flooring, but you're not going to be doing that for much longer at all.
No. Looking to give that up by the end of the year, hopefully.
And you said it's weird because you've been doing that for 40 years. That's been your bread and butter's been coming from that, and there's almost like, oh my gosh, how can I let go?
It's hard to let go.
But I think it's crazy. I've been saying to you for the last 6 months, let go, quit.
Yeah.
All of the other academy members, like James was on your back yesterday saying, why are you still flooring, you crazy?
I know.
Because did you make more money last year from flooring or from property?
Last year, probably from flooring.
Okay, but it was close.
It was close.
But this year it'd be property.
It's probably going to be more from property, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it is going to be more from property, definitely.
Yeah. So why don't you talk us through then? I know you did a lot of sourcing in the early days, and that was kind of your main strategy.
It was.
Why did you choose that strategy?
To start off with, it wasn't going to be a strategy, funny enough. It wasn't. And we sort of just fell into it. You showed us how to do it, and we thought, well, we'll give it a go.
Yeah.
And we just. But it's a very simplistic thing, really. If somebody is successful at something and they show you how to do it, it's very easy to copy them, isn't it? If they're not successful and they're telling you how to do it, you're not going to copy them. But if they're successful and they tell you how to do it, just do as you're told, really.
Yes.
And it just worked. So straight away we started really enjoying sourcing, finding properties, finding deals. And I still enjoy doing it. I still enjoy it.
And also, I mean, it's funny you said that about copying, because at school they say, don't copy other people. Yeah. That's cheating.
Yeah.
But in life,
it's completely different.
It's the opposite.
It goes back from right when I was a child. When you go to school, you can't add up, can you? The teacher teaches you to add up. They can add up. They teach you to add up. So just copy them. But do as they say.
Yeah.
And just take it into adult life. If somebody's successful.
But the thing is, at school, if you sit next to someone who's successful and they're really a smart kid, and then you just look at the answers and write them down on your paper, that's considered bad.
Yeah.
Successful people in the real world do exactly that. They find people that have the answers, they sit next to them, and they just copy exactly what they're doing.
That's it.
Which is what you did.
Yeah.
And within your first 12 months, how many deals did you do?
In the first 12 months, it was more like 40.
40 deals.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's just over 40.
That's just over 40.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, I couldn't even keep up because I'd see you one month and you'd be like, oh, we've done 19 deals now. I'd be like, amazing. And of course, I can see what deals you're doing because you're selling your deals through our company. So I can see what you're doing. And then next month I'd see you'd say, oh, it's 26 now, and now it's 30, now it's... So over 40 deals.
I think it's
Incredible.
43 now.
43 deals in your first 12 months. And before that, did you have loads of property experience?
Not loads, no.
Not
What did you
loads,
have?
a bit.
What property experience did you have? What had you done before that?
We'd had a little bit of education, and we had a couple of buy-to-lets, single buy-to-lets.
So you were kind of like your typical amateur investor.
Yeah,
It's got one or two accidental properties.
Yeah.
You've been on the odd couple of courses.
That's your pension sorted.
Yeah. And then you went from that to coming on the crash course.
Yeah.
And you didn't go on the crash course once. You've been on the crash
We've
course.
done about 3 or 4 times, haven't we?
Yeah, I think at least 4. You know.
Yeah.
You know, so you went from that to going on the crash course and taking some advanced training with myself to suddenly doing 43 deals in a year.
Yeah.
Most of those being sourced, but still you're getting a fee for that.
Yeah.
To then doing, I mean, your last 2 deals have been incredible. Why don't you tell me about the last 2 deals that you've done?
The last 2 properties we've bought have both needed work. They both needed refurbs.
Yeah.
So we got them below market value. The first one, we bridged the actual purchase price of it with the money we got from sourcing. We financed the refurb on it. The second one, we bridged for the purchase price of it, and we've got an angel investor who's invested the money to do the fixing up on that one. So that's not cost us any money whatsoever.
Yeah.
The first one we've already refinanced. We're just waiting for the money to come through. But
Do you mind if I ask you some specific questions about the finances so we can really look at the case study and go into the figures?
Yeah.
Because I know some of the YouTube listeners that they really like to get down to the nitty gritty of the details. Is that all right?
Yes.
So the first house then that you did out of the ones you've done recently, out of these 2 they're in Grimsby, right?
They are, yeah.
And you guys love Grimsby.
We do, yeah.
Yeah. So the first one, how much did you buy the house for?
57,000.
57. And you borrowed the money from a bridging company to do that?
Yes.
So how much did the bridging company lend you to buy it?
100%.
100%.
Well, 100%. So you bought it for 57, and the bridging company gave you 100% of the money.
Because it was below market value.
Because it was below, what was the value of the house?
It's roughly 25% below market value.
So you bought it for 57 and it was worth what, like 65?
65, yeah.
Something like that. Okay. So you bought it for 57, you borrowed all of the money from a bridging company.
Yeah.
How much did the bridging company charge you?
The fees on that, 2...
Yeah, we don't have to pay any monthly payments on that. It's when...
Yeah, but they're setting it up and everything.
Alright, they'll charge you a small fee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so they'll charge you a small fee, maybe 2% or something like that. So if they lent you all the money, then you did a refurb.
Yeah.
How long did the refurb take?
10 weeks.
And how much did it cost?
15,000.
15,000. And how did you pay for that?
With the money.
Sourcing money.
The sourcing money.
The sourcing money that you'd be making from sourcing deals. Alright, so 15 grand you put in of your own money that you'd made from sourcing deals.
Yeah.
Fantastic. 15 grand, it took 10 weeks. And then now you've just refinanced it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you bought it for 57 and you spent 15, that means 72 was the total amount that you put in, even though you didn't put it in, you got bridging. How much have you managed to refinance it up to?
90,000.
90,000, which is incredible. That really is incredible.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
It is. So, and it's been valued. They've said, yep, you can do a refinance at 90.
Yeah.
So you're waiting on the money to come in,
Yeah.
which will mean that you'll be able to pull out how much money?
We'll end up with £6,000 left in the deal.
Cool. So basically, all said and done, including all the different figures, you're left with 6k of your own money in the deal,
Up in the house.
and you're going to rent the house out for about 550.
It's already rented out.
rented
How
out.
much for?
550.
550.
That's incredible. Fantastic! What a brilliant deal.
Yeah.
Did you have any hiccups or problems with that along the way? Was it quite smooth sailing?
Getting near the end, we had to get a new boiler, which we didn't think we was going to have to get.
Which was part of the 15?
Yeah, we didn't.
Okay.
We thought,
Yeah.
it looked okay. It's like all boilers, they all look nice, don't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Unfortunately, when you fire them up and they don't work, it's just not worth having them repaired.
So it's worth having just a little bit of buffer for things like that,
Yes,
perhaps?
Yes, yeah.
Brilliant. I mean, how did you find the deal?
Basically, right move.
Right, brilliant.
Yeah.
Because I always think that, you know, when you start off getting into property, you know, you just speak to estate agents, you go on Rightmove. Then when you become a professional investor, you say, oh no, all my deals need to be off market, offline, I'll find them via Facebook ads and leaflet drops. But then actually, when you become seasoned like you guys are now, you've been in the game now for a year.
Rightmove.
Yeah, back to Rightmove, back to estate agents. Because the thing is, there's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of properties on Rightmove. Now, it might be that only 1% of them are good, but when you know how to identify the good ones, and because of the right knowledge, then suddenly Rightmove is like a gold field, a gold mine. So you found it on Rightmove. How did you know that if you spent 15 grand on it or whatever, that it would suddenly be worth 90 grand? How did you work that calculation out?
Once again, Rightmove, what's sold in the area, what's sold in that road, same amount of bedrooms, same size.
Yes.
What they're selling for.
And you got it at a bit of a bargain.
Yeah.
How did you manage to negotiate 25% below market value?
Basically, because of the state of it, I think it really was in a bad state.
Yeah.
It was in a poorly state.
Okay. Well, congratulations on that deal.
Thank you very much.
You were also just about to. You've just completed on a second deal.
It's the builders have about another 2 weeks' work there.
Oh, so that one's almost going to finish then.
Yeah.
And roughly, what are the figures on that? How much did you buy it for?
85,000.
And what's the value of it?
About 130 to 140.
That will be the value once it's done up.
When it's done.
Yeah.
So you bought it for 85. The refurb is cost
15 again.
15,000, which means that your total amount in is 100.
Yeah.
You've borrowed all the money from bridging and from an angel investor,
Yeah.
and then you're going to refinance it for about 135.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pulling out how much of your money? All of it?
We should get all of the money out of that.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. But when people say, you know, oh, you can't do no money down deals, it's not possible. I mean, you started in this game with not a lot of cash. You didn't have a big massive pot or anything like that. With what you've achieved, you know, I mean, and now with these no money down deals, what would you say to those people that say it can't be done?
Well, we thought exactly the same, that it couldn't be done, and it all sort of happened by accident. The angel investor even happened by accident.
Yeah.
So yes, it can definitely be done.
But it happened by accident because you got yourself the right knowledge.
Yeah.
You paid for education.
Yes.
You put yourself in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you just happen to get lucky.
Yeah.
It's right, isn't it?
Yes.
It is right because you've worked for it.
Yeah.
You know, you've attended the training, you've gone to the networking events, you've done the do, and then suddenly everyone's like, they've done well for themselves. Oh, they must have just got lucky.
It's the same thing. It goes back to the same saying, doesn't it? The harder you work, the luckier you get.
Yeah, exactly. And the more you invest in yourself, and the more you educate yourself, and when you put yourself in the right place at the right time, it's like, oh, you're so lucky you happened to meet that angel investor. No, because I went networking.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So. Tell us about how did you manage to raise the 15 grand from the angel investor?
That was down to Anne, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was me. It's just a normal conversation. It's from a family member actually, and he just happened to ask me how, because he's really into property, how things were going, and I said we were just struggling a bit on the second house, trying, you know, to get the rest of the money to do the refurb on that one, and I said, in fact, we've just put an offer through to the builders saying, would you be prepared to accept another 10% in cash if you let us pay you at the end of the refurb?
Once it's been refinanced.
Yeah.
He quickly said, hang on a minute. He said, 10%. So how much do you need? I said, 15,000. He said, so you were going to give them £1,500 cash? And I said, yes. And he said, well, I'll do that. Really?
Yeah.
And he said, literally within an hour, the money was in our bank account. I couldn't believe it.
You know what? That is absolutely brilliant on so many reasons, and but this is what we teach, right?
Yeah.
This is the stuff we talk about, and
We
you've
didn't
done
have to
it.
ask for it. You didn't have to ask
No,
for it.
what you did, which is
Yeah.
so genius, which is the way we teach it at the programs,
Yeah.
which you know, is instead of saying, oh, please can I have some money?
Yeah.
You know, I'm desperate, because when you've got desperate on your forehead, it's
Yeah.
very unattractive.
Yeah.
You say, oh, it's going really well, we're a bit short on the money, so we've offered the builders this,
Yeah.
or we've offered this other investor this, and then they go, oh, well, I could do that.
Yeah.
So you've almost created, you're not asking them in a direct way, but you're letting them know that you need it,
Yeah.
and you've got a third party, and then
Yeah.
suddenly, boom, that's when it happens.
Yeah.
Or another thing you did, which is brilliant, was a lot of people they don't think to ask family members or close friends, the people right in front of their nose that can really help them, maybe whether it's with raising finance or a joint venture or whatever it might be, that they don't think to ask them. So they're going out networking, they're going out, but they're forgetting to ask. So that's fantastic. You came in and saved the day wonderfully, because the builders, I don't know what they'd have said, but there's a chance they would have said no.
Yeah, one of them said yes straight away, and the other one was thinking about it. And then when they knew we hadn't got the money right up, right up front at the beginning, they said, all right, we'll start the second house in 2 weeks' time then. I thought, no, I really want them to start Monday, like they did. So as soon as we had it, I texted the builder and I said, you can start Monday, we've got the money in our account now.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, they started.
But I do think they would have done it.
Yeah.
They would have done it, because they've already talked about
they'd
JV
like to go
and
into
that.
JV with us.
Well, maybe next time then you've got another angel investor there.
Yeah.
Definition of an angel investor is what?
Basically, somebody that comes along, finances it for you at a percentage, really.
Yeah. Basically, they lend you money for a fixed term, for a fixed return on investment, and they're an angel investor. And then a joint venture partner is someone who's got a stake in the deal.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So, what have been the biggest lessons then over the last 12 months through all the properties that you've sourced, the properties that you've bought yourself? What would be the real kind of learning points and lessons that you've learned that you'd like to pass on?
So definitely take action when you go to the courses, your courses. It's no good when you go back home just to go back into your normal everyday life.
Yeah.
You've really got to think a lot about what you've learned over the last couple of days, and just take action really. Just don't, do something about it. It's not all going to come to you. You have to go out there and work for it and find good places to invest and just put a lot of work into it.
Yeah, fantastic.
Basically, educate yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you buy the wrong property,
that's right,
you can end up with a lot of your money tied up in that property for a very long time. It can be an expensive mistake to buy.
I mean, those two lessons that you've just said between the two of you, Paul saying educate yourself, and then Anne, you saying take action. I think that is if you do those two, that's the best advice I could give as well. So absolutely fantastic. So where are you going to go from here then? What's next for you guys?
Well, at the moment we're in the middle of buying our third house in Grimsby, which is also, in fact, this was a property we were viewing to do, to source it on. And when we saw it, it was a lovely young couple, and the house was dreadful, really dreadful state of repair, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the tenants were quite shocked because they didn't even know it was going on the market, because they had said that there was a new landlord a year ago and he'd promised them all these things, and he said that he didn't do anything. So he said that they'd paid themselves to have central heating put in downstairs, and that when they could afford odd bits of money they bought wallpaper and did odd bits of decorating themselves and did it up, and they were quite shocked that, oh my goodness, we've just paid to have central heating put in half the house and now we're going to get kicked out, sort of thing. And I just thought, I can't let that happen. They're really nice, they deserve a break. And I said, we're going to try and buy this house and we want you to stay.
That's brilliant.
And that's basically where it is. That house, it was 48,000, and it came that the mortgage company said they couldn't, they'd find it hard getting us a mortgage below 50, and they said would we up our price to 50, and I was adamant saying no, because I'd never met the landlord, but I thought it was a bit of a rogue landlord, because the tenants were paying £500 a month, and the house was dreadful, so I said no, and I said what we would do is once we exchange contracts, if the landlord's then paid to get the hallway done with the damp proof course, take the polystyrene tiles off the 2 bedrooms, that would come up to £2,000 worth, then we would pay, if he does that once we've exchanged, then we would pay him 50,000, and he's agreed to that.
Fantastic. See, a lot of people would have just said, yeah, go on, we'll pay 50 then if we can't get a mortgage, but you were really creative and made the owner pay it, which is really great. Fantastic, love that. And it sounds to me, Paul, like you've got a very, very a wife who really makes things happen.
Yes.
Would you be able to be doing this without Anne?
No.
And would you be able to do it without Paul?
No.
What's it like working together as a partnership in a marriage, building your dreams, building your financial future in property.
It's been brilliant. I love it.
Yeah.
It really is. We just, I think we work so well as a team, and like complement each other. And even with the buy-to-lets, like, you know, doing them up and choosing what sort of kitchens and what sort of feature walls to have, and the colour of the carpets to match, and I don't know, we just really come together and both really enjoy it. And
that's brilliant.
And we get to go away, like this year we've gone away every 2 weeks for 2 days at a time to our, you know, up to our patch in Grimsby, looking at houses. So it's nice and to go up there together.
And you've also been going away to other places, some fancy places across Europe.
Yeah, well, we went to Barcelona.
Yes, with me.
Yeah, with you. We went to Cornwall with you in May.
Yeah. What's it like been working with me over the last year?
Yeah, lovely. A pleasure to know you, Samuel. It really is.
But it's the motivation that keeps you going, because it is very easy to fall back into if you're not surrounded.
To, the crash courses, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Motivation. Likewise, it's been amazing working with you guys. You know, you're such a beautiful couple. And it's been such a joy. And Paul, you need to just leave your flooring business alone now. I mean, you are, you know, I know technically you are still working, Paul, but what's it like now? Like, how is life different now, knowing that really you're not going to need to work from now on, compared to, oh my gosh, how long am I going to have to be doing this for?
It's a lot easier, because none of us are getting any younger. It's a physical job, and I physically can't continue to do it. I do a lot less now than when I think back to when I was a lot younger. The amount of work I used to do back then to what I can do now, I just can't carry on doing it. So
for you,
it's happened at the right time.
It's been a necessity then, this for you.
It has, yeah. But I should have done it ages ago. Yeah.
What would you say to someone that was thinking about investing in maybe further training with myself, or going to the crash course for the first time? What advice would you give to them?
It's an investment in yourself, isn't it? And it's an investment for life. It's not. You are buying something, but you're not buying something that you can dispose of. You're investing in yourself, and you'll have the knowledge for life. It's as simple as that, really. And whatever you take from it, you're not I don't know how to word it, but you're not buying something. You are investing, and the money will get back to you. You'll get your money back on the first deal, really. If you're buying,
it's not a cost, it's an investment.
It's an investment. I mean,
love that.
Our investment was paid back very quickly.
Fantastic. Well, thanks so much for coming on the show. Have you got any final words you want to say before we wrap up?
No, I think we're just going to carry on doing what we're doing, finding below market value deals, doing them up and getting the money out. And
buying more below market value properties for ourselves.
Fantastic. Well, guys, I hope you found that useful. If you'd like to get in touch with Paul and Anne, I will put their maybe Facebook details or something email at the bottom on the video. And have a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing you next time.
Thank you so much for watching. If you benefited from that video, please do share it with your family and friends. For more videos like it, you can watch right here. And if you'd like to spend 2 days with me at the Property Investors Crash Course, watch this video, see what happens. But whatever you do, don't forget to subscribe right here, and I'll see you next time.